What's up, guys? Today we're playing the Megaman X Legacy Collection. Now, some of you guys even asked me to show you what, I guess, the icons look like. So here's a picture of the icons so you can see them. Icons mean a big deal to a lot of people, I guess, on the Switch. I don't know. But I did buy this game physically, and I probably shouldn't have. I don't know. This is Capcom, again, being cheap about this thing. This has zero benefit for a physical copy. You might as well buy it digitally. I mean, I guess the cover art's cool, but inside there's no reverse cover art, there's no cleaning cloth, there's no little extra like they did with the Mega Man Legacy Collection 1. It's basically the second one on a code, and then you download it, and then the first one is on the cartridge. Now, the first X Legacy Collection is probably the best one, so if you're trying to pick between the two, I guess get the first one because it has X1 through X4. But once again, Capcom cheaping out big time when it comes to this kind of stuff, and it's a little frustrating, honestly. You could have done something really cool with this, but Capcom, you decided to be cheap about it. And I wonder why they don't send me pre-release review codes. So we're in Mega Man Legacy Collection, X Legacy Collection 1. We're in the menu now for this, and you can see X1, X2, X3, X4. And this, I think, is the best collection out of the two. There are some people who like the PS1 versions past X4, like there's X5, X6. I actually think after it got past X4, it started becoming pretty weak in terms of the gameplay and everything. But X7, of course, is one of the, I guess, the joke games that people make fun of a lot. And then X8 is one that I actually didn't really play at all. So I was actually excited to jump into that one. I played a little bit of it. We're going to play some of it here as well. And we're going to just play a few of these games, a level from each one, for example, and kind of go through them. I also want to show you some of the extra things they have. The museum is awesome, by the way. This is so cool. They have like a full gallery where you can basically look through all of like the concept art. Like here's X2, for example, and you can kind of look through and they give you like their bio and everything, so you can kind of jump through it like that, which is neat. And you can use ZR and ZL just to kind of jump through them. Or they have all the Mavericks and everything, the Robot Masters, which is really, really cool. They even have just the question mark characters, which is pretty neat. And you can kind of just jump through it, which is neat to see. And they also have the new armor, which is really cool. And this is for their boss rush mode. You see this armor here. I thought it was really neat. This is a brand new armor for the game, for X, and that allows him to, I guess, use different powers and stuff when you do the boss rush mode, or like the challenge mode that they have in here. And it's just neat to see a lot of this stuff. This is specific to this is the gallery. It's specific to the Legacy Collection. As you can kind of see the artwork they have for each one and everything. I believe other places, like in Japan and stuff, they came with a poster and everything. Like, you couldn't have dropped the poster in the box. All right, fine. They also have the animated short here. You can see there, they have that. I guess I shouldn't play that because I might get copyright strike. I'm not sure. But they have the product gallery where you can go through and look at all the products that they've also released. Action figure, capsule toys, all kinds of the cards, apparel, soundtracks. So they have all those soundtracks there as well. But it's pretty neat to just see that. They kind of tell you where it's from, out of production as of, and everything. Just a lot of stuff if you're a Mega Man fan and you like seeing all of this extra stuff. They even have the trailers originally aired for each release in Japan and the US, which is awesome. That is so cool to see that. Like, I just record all these trailers and play them during like different news segments and stuff. Isn't that neat? Like, it's actually from like the old school, 90s TVs and everything. So let's start with what a lot of people think is one of the best Mega Man X games, and that is actually the first one. We're gonna play a level of it and check it out. You can also see they have the Rookie Hunter mode. You can turn that on. It makes it easier. Some of these games are kind of difficult, so I understand why they have that. We're gonna leave that off though, and we're gonna jump into Mega Man X. So here we are at the menu for Mega Man X. Fortunately, you can save everything. You don't have to do the password system like we used to have to do back in the day, where you'd beat a boss or a level or get a new power armor piece. You have to write down this long string of numbers. Seriously, it was insane. But that's how it was. We'd have pieces of paper next to us and have them all written down. And then we'd usually write above it, oh, this is after I beat Chill Penguin or whoever. So we're going to start with Chill Penguin. Generally in X, if you've never played it before, you want to start with Chill Penguin because that's where you'll get the legs and everything, so you can get the dash ability. The dash ability becomes default in the next games. I believe X2 and X3, they become default and then so on. But in this one, they didn't give you those right away. But if you go to Chill Penguin, you can get those, and big benefit, obviously, in the game. So let's start playing through here. It does have a couple of different filters, which is really cool. So we have filters that that make it so it's more suited for high definition displays, which is good. And it does have slowdown occasionally, as you see there. Now, the Super Nintendo version also had slowdown, but people have noted that this seems to have more slowdown than the Super Nintendo version. I haven't found it game-breaking or anything, but it is there, just so you're aware of that. But you do have different filters you can do. You can actually hit back, or I guess minus in this case. You can look through the full manual, change the screen size. You can play around with the filter, as you see here, give it scan lines, or just turn it completely off and you get more of a pixelated look. I'm going to leave it on type 1, which is what we've been using. That's kind of the high definition display one, just for the sake of the video. So we're gonna keep playing through here, and I like X was good. I actually, believe it or not, a lot of people played X on the Super Nintendo. I actually played X originally on there we go, on the PC. I was one of those people that originally played this on the PC and not the Super Nintendo. Minor differences. For example, I believe in the Super Nintendo version, you do get a mech, or like one of the robot armors in this, as opposed to in the PC version, you did not get that. You actually didn't get any of that, I don't think. You had to just go through it normally like that, and it was pretty funny when I played the Super Nintendo version and realized that you get like a full mech in this level specifically. So here's Dr. Light. He's going to give us our first armor piece. It's the legs. Again, go through this, even if you don't think you can beat, I guess, Chill Penguin, which Chill Penguin's one of the easiest Mavericks to beat in this game, probably in any game, to be honest. Although, if you get the weaknesses, some of these bosses are pretty easy too, though. So some of them you barely have to move to beat if you get their weakness. So we're going to get the legs here, and you'll see instantly we can dash and everything, which is great. And these upgrades, they hide throughout the levels pretty much in all Mega Man X's. That was one of the coolest things about it, was they hide these fairly well. They're not like crazy hidden or anything, but you can miss them very easily. And you have to kind of figure out the order. Like sometimes you need like certain weapons to get them and everything. Like in the mammoth, or the elephant or mammoth level, you have to get the headpiece so you can break certain blocks to get the blaster upgrade. Otherwise, in the Super Nintendo version, I remember it would, see, this wasn't in the PC version, this guy here. It was, Zero would actually give it to you, from what I remember. As you can see there, they also have medals, which is cool. I just messed him up and I got a Maverick medal or whatever award. I assume they're just achievements that are built in this game, I believe, for the Switch, because I know if you have it on the PS4, they do have a platinum trophy and everything you can earn in the game, which is pretty cool. So they give you a reason, I guess, to play through even further than you would have back in the day. All right, so here we go with Chill Penguin. We're gonna try to mess him up real quick. Chill Penguin is interesting. He's usually the one you want to go for in the beginning, just because he can actually get messed up pretty well by your Mega Buster. He's actually one of the few bosses that takes actually decent damage from it. Whereas a lot of people will do things like just only your Mega Buster run. Basically, you can't use any of the powers, and that's actually pretty difficult for some people. I do know a few that have actually been able to beat all bosses without getting hit with the Mega Buster, and that's how it was back in the day in like high school and stuff when we used to play these all the time. There were a few of the people I like friends that I would know that were really good at this game and would be able to do that kind of stuff, which was pretty awesome. I wonder. I have to look at the achievement list completely for the PlayStation 4 version to see if they have that, like beat the bosses with, or even I guess the achievements here, just beat the bosses in the game with just your Mega Buster. I think that'd be pretty cool to have an achievement for that, because I would actually go for that. I can actually beat all the bosses with just the Mega Buster, or at least I've done it in the past a few times. There we go. So there you go, a new one there. In Buster We Trust. Okay, so they do have that. Beat a boss, I guess, with just your Mega Buster. So there we go. Which you're going to do anyway. Your first boss, you're going to beat with just the Mega Buster. So, okay, that's fine, I guess. So this is what I'm talking about. This password system here is exactly what you would run into, and we have to write it down. But in this case, you can press X, and you can actually save your game data. As far as I can tell, you can only save one at a time with the Super Nintendo versions. That's okay, I guess. But I do know there's probably a lot of people who want to be able to, I would assume, save multiple ones, but there you go. So let's back out, and we're going to get into Mega Man X3. All right, so X3, I do know, usually a lot of people will start with Drill Rhino, and I guess that's what we'll do here. If you're not 100% sure on that, though, you can go to, I believe, Blizzard Buffalo, and you can get the leg parts there. And I thought about doing that, but I think I'm going to run through, hopefully, we'll see, the Drill Rhino here. Hopefully that works out. Now, I like X3 a lot. I know it's not a lot of people's favorite one. A lot of people don't like it because I think it probably is. It's one of the harder ones. Some people say it's probably the hardest one, although I think X4 can be kind of difficult for people too, though. But you could technically use Zero in that one. You can use Zero in this one too. like if you press start and you shift over, see, I can call Zero and use him. I wouldn't always do that though, because you can. There's a part later on in the game where you can actually get Zero's sword, and it's super overpowered, but you cannot let him die leading up to it, which means he cannot die in any of these levels, or you can't use him anymore, specifically for that part. So if you've never played X3, be careful with Zero. I'll say that in this game. You want to keep him to the end, because there is a part where you can technically let him die and he'll hand over his saber. Now I'm pretty sure you get a different ending, I think, if he dies, but I would always do that. I would let him go into the certain boss room. A bug will come up and kill him basically, and he'll have to leave to get repairs done, but he would always give you a saber, and man, his saber is just obscenely powerful. So we get the E-Tank. It actually wipes bosses in 2 hits. And it just really does damage to people badly, so I would always go for that. He actually throws it. Like his saber, when he powered up and stuff, he would throw it and it would hit people and just wipe people out. It was awesome. All right, Drill Rhino, here we go. Let's see how we do against this guy. I would usually start with Blizzard Buffalo, but I wanted to see what people's order was usually. I would actually always go for Blizzard Buffalo because he had the boots were at his stage, which was great because it would help you like dash through the air and everything, which was a really big help. But I do know a lot of people go after this guy first because you can usually get him into like a pattern where you can pretty much keep jumping behind him. Oh, see right there, if you had the boots, you can do a quick jump over him, which is extremely helpful. All right, we got him. All right, so we got him. He's good. Oh man, that was a close one. I only had 2 bars left. All right, guys. So now we're jumping into Megaman X Legacy Collection 2. You're going to see the list of games here. It's essentially X5, X6, X7, and X8. Now, X7 and X8 are 2 games that I really didn't spend a lot of time with. X8, I barely spent any time with at all. I think I rented it once just playing around with it, and it was all right, but I was looking more so to get into it now. Now, X7 and X8 were on the PS2. X5 and X6 were both on the PlayStation 1. So there was a lot of questions about the PS2 games and how they would work and run and everything, since I'm sure Capcom was looking to emulate them and everything. Now, the Legacy Collection 2 has the same museum and everything, so if you buy one or the other, you'll still get essentially all the same museum stuff, as you can see here. And that's good. Of course, this museum, for the most part, goes through X5, X6, X7, and X8, whereas the other one goes through the first 4. But it's the same idea with their museum, where you kind of look at all the stuff for the games that you have, which is great. It is kind of split up between the games, but it's the same idea, which is good. You still also have the day Sigma there, music player, product gallery, trailers, all of that stuff is there as well, so that's good. And then, of course, you have the Challenge Volume 2 for you adding extra bosses and stuff and play against them. We're going to jump into X8 because that one was very interesting to me, and I played some of it, and I wanted to play a little further. So we'll play a level of X8, and you could check out, see how, I guess, the PlayStation 2 emulation and everything works. So here we are with the boss selection for X8. Again, I'm not very familiar at all with this one. Like I said, after the PS1 versions, I kind of fell out of it because X7 was not very good, as a lot of people have shown online, I'm sure by now. So I figure we'll jump in here and play some X8, and there we go. Yeah, we're gonna go with X and 0. Axel's the other one. We're gonna go with X and 0 here. So let's jump through here. And they do have a lot of dialogue. They try to obviously flesh out the story more and everything. We're gonna pick her, and then we will jump into the game here. I think I'm fighting a Sunflower Maverick, Optic Sunflower. So here we are with Optic Sunflower. Again, very intimidating, obviously, the Sunflower, but we'll see what we get out of it. Now, of course, they went with more of the 3D look. It's kind of like 2.5D, I guess you'd say. And, well, what am I doing now? Okay. It's more 2.5D, I guess, for this, which some people didn't like as much. They kind of like I guess, the look of how X4, X5, X6 and everything looked, where that was more of like a 2D, and it kind of had some artwork to it to make it look pretty cool. But the backgrounds are still kind of 3D at times. It depends on the levels and stuff. I do remember some of those were kind of 3D looking. But so we're just kind of fighting stuff here, I guess. It's kind of like a little shooting gallery I am with X, which is fine. Oh man, that almost knocked me off. Jeez. I have to say, looking at it, it runs well enough, actually. The PS2 emulation and everything here, it runs well enough, I think. It doesn't look bad or anything, so I'm pretty happy with how it looks. I mean, within reason, of course. I know not everyone likes the look of X8 or X7, But for how it runs and everything, believe it or not, this sounds weird, this runs better than the X1, X2, X3, which is kind of funny, I guess. Like those ones have some actual slowdown to them, or this doesn't have a ton of slowdown. I don't know if it's just better at emulating kind of what this is, or I don't know if Capcom had some weird emulation stuff going on with the first 3. But this one seems better in terms of it running, which is good. But I know there's gonna be a lot of people who still probably prefer the older ones just because of the way they are compared to this. So I did a swap out for Zero. Anytime you can pretty much hit ZL and it'll switch out between the two. That's just something, I know X7 had something similar to that too. But now I'm just kind of playing as Zero, who just has, of course, his saber that he swings around and everything. I guess it's a different. I know Axel has like he's more like the base. I guess if you ever played Mega Man in base, Axel's kind of like base because he has like rapid fire and everything. And of course, Zero has like a double jump, which helps him in some cases not die. There are some times of instant death in this game, I will say, that are kind of annoying so far, where it's kind of easy at times to get tricked and fall off of the edge. I don't know. It's kind of funny how that is in this game, whereas it's not as much in the older ones. I don't know. It feels like at times this game is a bit unfair. Oh, there's something over there. There's a secret over there. Let's see. Zero has like a. There we go. Can I not see? This is the thing. I haven't really, like I said, I haven't played this game, so I don't know about all like the secrets and stuff, which is kind of exciting actually now I think about it, because that was always the part I really liked about the older X games, was finding like this hidden secrets and stuff in the game. So I'm kind of excited about that, kind of finding the stuff as I go, because I know there are armors and all that stuff fine in this one. And he's getting smaller as I hit him. Okay, there you go. That was easy enough. It keeps putting you like through these little tests and stuff that you do there. I've not been enjoying this level that much. It's like a bunch of trials, I guess, that take place here on your way to the boss. Yeah, I've not been enjoying this as much. It's been quite annoying, to be honest. There we go, got that. So I guess I only have 2 more trials left before the boss. These parts have been really annoying too. These little, I don't know what I guess they're just like test your mobility almost. Zero does have a double jump, which is good, but man, some of these parts, like without Zero's double jump, this would be something else to try to maneuver, to be honest. Some of these have been pretty difficult, and I had to use Zero's double jump to make it happen. It's been a bit less forgiving than the other games, I will say that. This one might be the hardest one, to be honest. That might be a little surprising, to be honest. This might be the hardest X game that I've played so far, and it's X8. But although I guess it is the last one, so maybe they just wanted to make it difficult. Like, I can't really see what's over there exactly. Like, this is a great example. I can't really see what's over there. So I feel like I can jump over this and then obviously climb up that side like that. But then it's like, man, like, do you see what I mean? This is this, I guess, would be considered a much harder X game than I'm used to with X3 even. This is something else. This is something else so far. So I can see some people probably raging over X8. This is the best. I finally got to the boss. Now that I kind of know the level, I feel like I go back through it a little easier. And now I'm finally at the boss, and I've exhausted everything. I don't have any more retry chips left. I don't have Zero left. It's just X now. So this game, I'm noticing, doesn't have any extra lives. But now that I've gone through this level, I feel like I'd have a better shot. See, it refilled his life. You also get to keep these chips that you use to upgrade yourself, which is good. I do know I get to keep them, so if I die here and I go back to the R&D lab, I do get to at least keep them, and I can use them to upgrade myself. But I feel like now if I go back through it again, which I'm probably going to have to, because I've never even faced this boss. I don't know this boss's pattern at all. And based on their level, this will be fun, I'm sure. But this is the sunflower guy that I was just talking about. No idea what this pattern is or anything. So I probably will die. But I'll at least have the chips. I can go in, I can do some upgrading, and then I can come back and I guess try it all over again. Which is fine. This level was not, I don't think it was a very good level. I don't know, maybe it's me. But I did not think this level was very good. It seemed like a lot of like mini games almost that they tried to set up. I don't know. I wasn't really feeling it, to be honest. It didn't seem that well put together. Maybe I'm just annoyed because I died a lot. maybe that's why. Oh, he changed the structure of the... that's kind of neat. He kind of changed what everything looks like. That's not... Oh, okay, that's a laser. Now I'm more annoyed because I feel like if I had 0, I probably could have beat this guy my first shot, now that I'm looking at it. Mostly because I'm actually doing all right against him. Like, I'm not doing too bad, to be honest. And if I had... Oh, man. If I had 0, I probably would have actually been able to beat him. Oh, actually, 0's back. I got him back. All right, cool. Oh, jump, jump. There we go. Oh, man, he hit me. Okay, that's not good. Okay, I tried to get out of the way of that. Wow. He just wiped us completely. But, like, look, he has, like, that much life left. I think if I ran it again, out of retry chips. There you go. Can't do it again. You don't really... I didn't find any retry chips going through or extra lives, so X8 is interesting. I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun conquering it, getting through it and everything, just because it's an X game I've never played before. So, of course, memorizing the levels and the boss patterns, which actually... That boss wasn't too bad. I think if, honestly, I played him again, I probably could beat him on the second try. No retry chips, though. So, like, in this case, I would go back to the R&D lab. I've accumulated so many chips, as you see there. There's my rank D, 0% complete, thanks. And I feel like I go back through and do that, so I would go back through and everything, do chips. You end up buying, like, the recovery chips and everything, and that's, like, these are 100 and 200, so 300, so you end up spending half that if you just want retry chips, which... I feel like I'd rather not do that then, to be honest. Also, I didn't even try Axel. I don't know if Axel would make that level any better. So I'll have to see what we have there. But this has been the Megaman X Legacy Collection 1 and 2. I'm interested to try out more X8, X7 maybe, although people say it's really bad. But definitely, I like X1, X2, X3, and X4, and I'll be playing through those a lot as well. I will give Capcom credit for $40 with what's on here. This is a pretty good collection. And honestly, I would recommend it. Weird slowdown with X and X2 and X3 and stuff on the Switch. But for some reason, X8 seems to run perfectly, but less demanding games like that don't. It's weird. But $40 for both, 8 games, all the extra stuff, the boss mode and everything that adds extra bosses in together, you fight together. This is a pretty good deal. So I'll give Capcom credit. They need to get their physical editions figured out, but for what this is, it's pretty good. Thanks, guys, for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. Really helps out. If not, hit the dislike. Leave comments down below about which X game is your favorite, what you think so far of the collection, if you picked it up. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll see you next time.